Time to talk to Manisha. Morning, Manisha.
Hi there. Well, something we can be proud of is that apparently the number of bankruptcies in Britain has been coming down, the number of people going bust. But we are constantly reminded about these problems that come with spending more than we earn. Later this morning, we're actually going to find out if 2007 was a record year for people going bust. We think the numbers have been coming down. There are predictions, though, that this year could be much more of a rough ride, and it could be even worse than some of the figures that we've seen previously. Davie is someone who's all too familiar with debt. Here's a story then of how he got himself back into the black with the use of an individual voluntary agreement.
I'm Davie. I first opened my greengrocery business in 1995. I did very well, expanded the business. At one time I had 3 shops on the go, but I found that leasing the 2 other properties and trying to staff them and trying to run the 3 businesses very difficult. It left me with nearly £70,000 of personal debt. All of your disposable income is paid into an IVA, which means you have very little left for contingency funds. There's no going out, there's no holidays, etc. I was lucky in that a family member gifted me some money to purchase a property, which I did, and I used the equity that this property made over a 2-year period to offer a full and final lump sum into my IVA, which my creditors accepted.
How are you doing?
As soon as I was out of the IVA, I reopened this shop and have traded successfully since then.
That was Andy's story. Let's talk to Frances Walker. She's here. She's from the Credit Counselling Service, a spokesperson for them. Frances, is it really going to get really quite worrying this year? Because people are going to start thinking about mortgages, they'll think about the current financial turmoil.
I think so. I mean, I think everybody's expecting it to be a bit of a doomy, gloomy year. I mean, we had the FSA forecasting at the beginning of this week. We're expecting repossessions to go up, and we probably will have insolvencies going up. I'm not expecting any big increase in this year, and they may even be down compared with last year. But there's no doubt that people do really have to rein in their spending and think about how they're going to afford things. In particular, we've got a lot of people who are coming off fixed-rate mortgages, and they need to think how they're going to fund the new rates of mortgage.
Very briefly, if you can, these IVAs, are they the answer? You know, some people are getting IVAs when perhaps they should be going bankrupt.
Well, IVAs have undoubtedly been oversold, and the creditors have sort of balked a bit and have started to refuse them. But we now have a new protocol, an agreement between the creditors and the IVA providers, and I think IVAs will now be offered in a much more sensible way for the people who need them. IVAs are a good solution for the right people. They were just being oversold.
OK, we'll have to leave it there. Frances, thank you very much for joining us. And those numbers are out at 9:30. We'll be covering them on News 24, so check in with me there.